ChatGPT has been taking the internet by storm, and today we're going to ask the artificial intelligence that's going to take over the world some questions about moving to Florida.
And we're getting started right now. I'm a local realtor in the Venice, Florida area, so I'm very excited and very curious to see what this new intelligence is going to tell us about moving to Florida.
So should we start from the basics?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's ask it. We'll just give it, some real easy, like T-ball, not even lobbing pitches, and just see what it says. Is Florida a good place to live? Sound good?
Yeah, that's a good one.
We can take turns. You get the next question. This is a great answer so far. It depends on individual preferences and circumstances. Florida has many attractive features that make it a popular place to live, such as warm climate, beautiful beaches, a vibrant culture, and a growing economy. Additionally, Florida is home to many cities with strong job markets and a high standard of living, including Miami, Orlando, and Tampa. I would agree with those three cities.
Yes.
However, Florida has some, it's still typing by the way. Florida also has some challenges, very true, such as high humidity and heat, as well as frequent natural disasters like hurricanes. I wouldn't say frequent, maybe.
They're common, it happens in Florida, but not frequently. We do have hurricane season every year, but it doesn't mean that a hurricane will hit.
Yeah, frequent for the state as a whole, I guess, would be somewhat accurate. About once a year, maybe twice, you're going to get a hurricane, and then some pretty severe storms, maybe tornadoes, wind, lightning. Anyways, continuing, the state is also known for its large tourist industry, obviously, which can lead to overcrowding in popular destinations during peak season. We just call it season here. Cost of living in certain areas can also be higher than in other parts of the country. Very true. In conclusion, whether or not Florida is a good place to live depends on one's personal preferences, needs, and priorities. It may be a great fit for some, while others may prefer to live elsewhere.
I think it's pretty accurate. One thing I would add to the growing economy is, yes, the economy here, it's growing, but it's very limited onto what jobs, like what the job market actually looks like.
Especially in smaller cities.
Yes, but we'll find jobs like in the service industry, so like a waitress job. Also in hospitals, like in a hospital setting. So healthcare, I would say, and
healthcare, service industry, and then
maybe some construction because, Florida is growing, a lot of people moving, so construction.
And I think what they're talking about with the growing economy, I think they're probably referencing like your Orlando, Miami, and Tampa. They are becoming somewhat more, I wouldn't say tech-driven, or it's alluring to a lot of people. A lot of people like the politics of Florida, or the no state income tax, things like that. That is drawing some more tech and business, office business type things and other industries to the area. So I guess on a whole it is accurate. But yeah, when you talk like just about any other city outside of those three, your jobs are going to be pretty limited.
More challenging.
Yeah, it's not like in the Midwest where there's a lot of factory works and things like that, office work. Yeah. Next question's yours.
Why are so many people moving to Florida? There are several reasons why many people are moving to Florida. Climate, it's pretty similar. Okay, climate. Florida is known for its warm and sunny weather, which is a major draw for many people, especially retirees, and those seeking for a more temperate climate. Tax benefits, which we mentioned before. Florida has no state income tax. Job opportunities. Florida has a growing economy with many industries, such as tourism, real estate, healthcare, offering a wide variety of job opportunities, affordable housing, depending on where you're coming from, I guess.
That's probably a little outdated.
Yes.
At least compared to the wages here.
And it does say compared to other major cities in the U.S., the cost of living and housing, it's more affordable.
But that's got to be kept relative to wages. Again, that's the problem.
Yeah, it might seem affordable to someone moving from California, but someone who actually lives here cannot afford the housing prices. Quality of life. Florida has a lot to offer in terms of quality of life, including world-renowned beaches, abundant recreational opportunities, and a diverse culture scene, again, depending on where you are.
Yeah, I'd say like talking Orlando, probably one of the most cultural diverse, and Miami's pretty diverse. Tampa, pretty diverse. And then outside of that, yes. Yeah, it depends on the city.
I would say it's more diverse than maybe a state down, like let's state maybe in the Midwest, yes, definitely more diverse, but it's very hit and miss. Like it's very different within the state. Like the Gulf Coast is a little less diverse on some areas than say the East Coast.
Yeah, for sure.
In Florida.
And then you look at something like Orlando or Miami, it's like crazy diverse. So
retirees, Florida has long been a popular destination for retirees due to its warm climate, tax benefits, and many recreational options. I would agree to that. Overall, Florida's combination of economic opportunity, attractive climate, and high quality of life make it an attractive destination for many people looking to relocate. I would agree with that.
Yep, pretty spot on.
Yes.
Let's ask a big question. Should we see if it's going to get a home run or strikeout here? What's the best? I already know it's going to give. I'm going to ask, what's the best city to live in Florida?
Venice, Florida.
It should answer
You know
that.
what? It's probably going to say like Miami or Orlando because of the everything that's there.
I've used this a few times before. She hasn't, so she doesn't. I already know.
You already know the answer?
Well, I already know. I haven't asked this question, but I know ChatGPT tends to give very
It depends on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's going to be very, it's not going to make that decision.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. The best city to live in Florida depends on individual needs and preferences. Some of the top cities in Florida, at least she's giving options, include Miami, known for its vibrant culture. Miami is a major center for tourism, fashion, art, and commerce. It offers a diverse range of job opportunities and a bustling nightlife. Definitely true on all of that.
Yes.
The job opportunities are definitely growing there, and everything else she said, or he, is...
Yeah, we don't know.
Like I always just say she because I'm so used to Siri, and Siri's a girl. So, anyways, Orlando, a popular tourist destination. Orlando is also home to many growing industries and a strong job market. It's known for its many theme parks and entertainment options, making it a great choice for families. Mm-hmm. I would say so. I wouldn't know. I don't know if I would say a great choice for families. I think it depends on the family and what they're looking for.
Yeah, if they want, I think what they're basing this on is the parks, Disney parks. You have it like in Orlando. So of course people with families want to go to the Disney park, but are you going to be doing that on a daily or weekly basis?
Yeah, and some families might, some might not. It just depends, and it depends if, it's a little bit of a big city life. Mm-hmm. That's not for everyone, but I can see why he or she is saying that. Why G is saying that. We're going to call it GBTG. Sarasota, just north of us, about 20 minutes. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in the area,
make sure to call, text, or email us. I am a local realtor here. My information will be in the description box below.
So Sarasota is located on the Gulf Coast. Sarasota offers a high quality life with a mix of cultural activities, beautiful beaches, and a relaxed pace of life. I agree. That's pretty accurate. It's a little bit of a big-ish, but not too big city.
It's not overwhelming.
Yeah, it's relaxed, pretty cultural diverse,
I will say I'm surprised it made it to number 3 just because Sarasota, over the past 2 years, yes, it has like exploded and people want to move here. But I feel like other areas like St. Pete, maybe Tampa, are more along the lines of like people know about those areas, or knew about these areas before 2 years ago.
St. Petersburg is a popular city for retirees, offering a warm climate, beautiful beaches, and a strong art scene. It's also known for its vibrant downtown and many recreational opportunities. I agree with most of that. The one thing I think, at least from our experiences being there, we've been there like 3 or 4 times, is I wouldn't say it's just a retiree city by any means. It seems like it's got a little bit more of like a youthful energy to
younger,
it, and
definitely,
and nightlife and things like that a lot of other cities like our city Tampa doesn't really, or our city Venice doesn't really have. I'm jumping ahead to the next city. The next city is Tampa. It's a growing city with a strong job market. Agree, and high standard of living. Agree. It offers a mix of urban and suburban living along with a variety of cultural and recreational options. Very, very good. Ultimately, the best city to live in Florida will depend on factors such as cost of living, job opportunities, cultural scene, and quality of life. Those are all things he or she can take into consideration, though. So she needs to just give us an answer.
Tell us, because a lot of times we just want someone to tell us what to do or where to move to.
Yeah, but it's funny because we do this on the channel all the time. We're always like, we can kind of show you, but you got to go check out the cities for yourself and you got to decide. So,
and I guess, she's agreeing with us, or he.
He or she is doing, G is doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's important to consider individual needs and preferences when choosing a city to call home.
I would agree with that for the most part, except, for the things we mentioned. I agree with it.
Pretty spot on. Mm-hmm. Your turn.
How can I move to Florida? Here are some steps to help you move to Florida. 1, research different cities in Florida to determine which one benefits your needs and lifestyle. Consider factors such as cost of living, job opportunities, quality of life, and access to amenities.
She should have mentioned schools, he or she, depending
On family,
if you have a family.
Number 2,
And crime.
And crime, yes. Number 2, make a budget. Determine your budget for moving and living expenses, including the cost of housing, transportation, and utilities. Number 3, find housing. Start looking for housing options in your desired area, such as apartments, houses, condos. Consider using online resources, real estate agents, and local newspapers to find listings.
Now use this real estate agent.
Yes.
If you're looking to move to Venice, Sarasota, Inglewood, Northport, Welland Park areas.
Call, text, or email us. And so far, I agree 100%. And this is something we always mention on the channel. Research, go there in person if you can. Start looking at houses online before you even make the trip, just to give you an idea of what's out there.
And don't look at houses in person until you know for sure the cities you want to be in.
Yes.
Like a lot of people I want to kind of see what's out. You can see what's out there on Zillow and things like that. Like going in person isn't going to add that much.
Yep.
When you're at that stage, I think it's more important to just really get a feel for that city.
Yeah, because you don't want to make a mistake and think that just because you like the house that's where you want to be. I think it's more important to know that you like the city as a whole and the community as a whole, and then find a house, because houses in Florida are pretty similar and you're going to find the same style housing in anywhere really in Florida.
Yeah, I think really you just kind of need to have an overall idea. Is there houses with enough bedrooms? Because some cities have more, 2-3 bedrooms and that's it, and some cities are going to have lots of 4 bedrooms. And then budget, am I going to be able to get what I need for the price I need? And outside of that, you probably don't, again, you don't really need to go look at the places in person. You can kind of just online shop at that stage, and then once you get to this is the city, then you start talking about that.
Number 4 is job search. If you plan to work in Florida, start your job search before you move. Utilize online job search engines, networking, and job fairs to find opportunities.
That's helpful.
Yes, it is very helpful, but keep in mind that a lot of companies will not call you if you still live out of state. And this is for the country, throughout the country. If you don't live in the city or maybe the state that you're applying, it's going to be a little more challenging for a company to call you because they want you to be established already. So, and that becomes another issue if you're trying to purchase a home, because now if you don't have a job, you can't get pre-approved on a mortgage.
Get the job first, probably, then try to, or have a lot of extra money to put into the down payment.
Yes, or you could try and find a remote job, work from home type thing, which, with that, again, you have to make sure that they allow you to bring your work to Florida, because there are some companies that want you to live at least in the state. Number 5, it's register your vehicle. Yes, if you plan to drive in Florida, you'll need to register your vehicle with the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles.
And I'm laughing about this because we were running around when we moved to Orlando to try to get ours registered, and the DMV was terrible there. But I think it was like within 10 days or 14 days and then we talked to one of my buddy that lived there, Jake, and he's like, oh yeah, I was living here like 2 years before I got my license switched over. But technically, I think the law is like within 14 days or something. And then we heard from a bunch of other people that they were in the same boat.
Same thing,
They didn't do it right away.
Another funny thing that happened to us when we were in Orlando too is we were looking for a DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, and we couldn't find it, and we just kept driving around the same area where Siri told us to go, and we couldn't find it because it's not called a DMV here. It's called a tax collector's office.
Yeah, so that threw us for a loop. So that's a good thing to know.
Number 6, to obtain your Florida driver's license. Number 7, transfer your utilities. Yes, you do want to do this. Contact the utilities department if you're purchasing a home or renting the same day, so you don't get any interruptions, because there will be a fee. And number 8, moving logistics. Plan the details of your move, including hiring a moving company, packaging and transportation. Make sure to have all important documents such as passport and medical records in a safe place during the move. These are some of the steps to help you move to Florida. It's important to plan carefully and give yourself enough time to make the transition as smooth as possible. I agree with that.
Good steps. Yeah. Next one.
Yep. Take a screenshot maybe of our screen here so you can
Yeah.
follow the steps.
So let's get a little more entertainment focused. What are the best things to do in Florida? Oop.
Just gonna say the beach.
And Disney and
Yeah.
Florida is a state with a lot to offer in terms of entertainment, culture, and recreation. Here are some of the best things to do in Florida. Visit theme parks,
Yeah.
of course. Florida is home to some of the world's most popular theme parks, including Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld. Agree. Legoland is underrated but fun.
Yeah.
And Busch Gardens, we haven't been to. We need to get out there. Explore the beaches with over 1,200 miles of coastline. Florida is a beach lover's paradise. Some of the most popular beaches include Miami Beach, Clearwater Beach, and Panama City. How does she not mention Siesta Key Beach?
Yeah.
Wow, come on now. Or I keep saying she or he, G, did not mention Siesta Key.
Siesta
That's
Key, the
shocking.
number one.
Clearwater's been
beach.
voted number one, and so has Siesta
Yeah.
Key. So, but still, to not even be mentioned. That's crazy to me. Enjoy the outdoors. Florida has many state parks and natural reserves offering opportunities for hiking, camping, kayaking, and other outdoor activities. Great answer there. Visit museums and galleries. Florida has many cultural institutions, including the Museum of Fine Arts in St. Petersburg. We didn't go to that, did we? We went to the Salvador
The
Dali
Dali.
Museum. That was really cool. The Perez Art Museum, Miami, and the Museum of Contemporary Art in North Miami. We should maybe check those out. Take a tour of the Everglades. I have done this. It's cool. It's really fun. It's kind of scary. There's a lot of gators and supposedly like water snakes and stuff. Anyways, the Everglades is a unique and important ecosystem that is home to many species of wildlife. Visitors can take airboat tours, which is what I did. Hike. I didn't know there was like...
Yeah, there is that
Just dry enough
national park.
Oh, I always
by
thought the Everglades
Homestead.
was... Because they say the Everglades is technically a really big river and it's really slow moving. So I just... To hike, do you have to wear like some hip wading boots or something maybe? I don't know. Or is it actually dry?
I think it's dry.
That's crazy. And observe the flora and fauna of the area. Those are words you don't hear very often. Visit Kennedy Space Center. We keep hearing how great this is, and we've been near it, and we've still not done it. Located near Cape Canaveral, the Kennedy Space Center is a popular tourist destination that offers a behind-the-scenes look at the history of space exploration. By the way, if you happen to be in that area and you want to make a day or a weekend of it, Cocoa Beach is pretty nearby.
Yes.
Great beach. We love that beach. Try the cuisine. Florida is known for fresh seafood and tropical flavors, and there are many excellent restaurants to try, including those in Miami's Little Havana neighborhood and in the Gulf Coast towns of St. Petersburg and Sarasota. Very good, very good. Agree. Attend a sporting event. Florida's home to several major sports teams, including the Miami Heat from the NBA, Miami Marlins from Major League Baseball, and Miami Dolphins from the NFL. How did they not mention the Buccaneers, who just won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago?
No
That's kind of
kidding.
weird. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Lightning. Anyways, we'll let that slide. And the Orlando Magic, but they haven't been good in years, so I guess I don't blame them for that. These are just a few of the many things to do in Florida. Whether you're interested in culture, recreation, or entertainment, there's something for everyone in this diverse and vibrant state. Pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree
I
with
can't
that.
think of anything major that got missed. I mean, a few of the little, like, Siesta Key Beach and some of the major league or
Yeah.
major sports teams, but pretty good.
Okay, my turn. Is Florida's real estate market crashing?
This is a big one.
Very interested to hear.
Yeah.
It's difficult to make a blanket statement about the entire real estate market in Florida, as real estate conditions can vary greatly from one area to another. I would agree with that.
That's a very good answer.
However, as of my knowledge cut off in 2021, the real estate market in Florida has been relatively stable with modest growth in many areas.
I just want to explain because I don't know if you know this or the viewer knows this. So basically, ChatGPT only has knowledge of things that happened up to 2021. Anything past that point,
Oh,
he or she cannot draw in information from. She basically
Gotcha.
pulls all this from all over the internet.
that's interesting. That being said, real estate markets can be influenced by a variety of factors such as economic conditions, interest rates, and changes in demand. It's always a good idea to monitor local real estate market trends and to work with a knowledgeable real estate professional who can provide insights and advice specific to your area.
And that's why you need to subscribe to our channel, because we do real estate market updates for our area. We kind of touch on all of Florida, but we mainly focus on Venice, Sarasota areas.
The metropolitan area. But yes, we do dip a little bit into the Florida real estate market. And I mean, what she said is very true. not only Florida's real estate market, but the country as a whole, it's very dependent on what, where you're located, how popular it is. Are people moving there? It's their demand. So things like that.
It can be very, not just state to state, city to city. So
Yes.
that's a pretty good answer, I think. I mean, again, she's not really like making any bold claims or anything like that, but that's kind of what she or he is supposed to do, I guess.
Yes.
That being said, if you are looking to move to the Venice, Sarasota, Inglewood, Northport areas,
make sure to call, text, or email us. I am a local realtor here. My information will be in the description box below.
phone number is 941-221-1897. Call or text at any time. We're always going to have your best interest and happiness in mind when buying or selling a home in the area. We hear from people all the time, and we love it.
Hit the like button if you found the video helpful. Subscribe. Turn all notifications on.
And if you want to know more about moving to Florida, check out this playlist right here. And
Live breezy.